Alright. 1/10/2012. Hair in my face. Can you imagine? You know, we all start out as two cells that become one, and if we're lucky, we live long enough to become something. Just because my spirit has its tendencies, you know, when I was young, I thought I looked a lot like the guy that got crucified. Now I look a lot like Odysseus. It doesn't really matter, does it? But I do what I do because I have to please. Yeah. Yeah, I taped a lot of stuff too. I wrote a lot of stuff. And when I was depressed, the thing was, if you do this for me, I'll leave you alone. And I ain't going to fix it for you. It's going to take a lot of time. Talking about 20-year-old, I'm 46. It's actually 13 when this all began. And even at 13, I was told, you're going to be an old and gray before it all gets done. So, yeah, lots of patience. Deal with it as best you can to be what you need to be. Yeah, I got a big belly. Even Ultraman had that belly when he was flying. When he came back down to Earth, he looked like an 18-year-old in a suit. 18-year-olds ain't supposed to have that belly. 40-year-old males generally have the belly. Be it a beer belly, or in my case, I cough a lot. Yeah. It's not fun, but nonetheless. Hopefully I can make that go away whenever I get all the stuff that's got to get done, and I can take a real break. I'm still on vacation, and we're doing a whole lot of stuff. And there's so much stuff to be done that you can't get it all done, unfortunately, for me at least, the way I live. But Daddy was cool enough that he made it possible. Isn't that cool? I shared the Crow. I share a lot of things that I like from my past and hopefully my future. One of the things I do is I talk to the future, because long after I'm gone, as long as humanity doesn't get annihilated, I'll still be around. Just like Jesus and all the others and all the religions. If you're good enough, they don't forget you. Right, Luck? Yeah. Luck's a pretty cool dude, too. He's just a dog, but nobody forgets about Luck. That's why he got his name. He was lucky because he came out of his mom and they were on top of the aquarium, and I thought she was having a big turd and I was going to help her to get rid of it. And it turned out to be this critter. So he's lucky.
Are you lucky? Huh? Are you lucky?
And then we brought on the Super Friends. And there's tons of videos about Super Friends too, but Destiny had me choose the one that said that they thought they could make everything go away.
If you're not tired.
I will be dominating.
Man, I can't even see straight. I don't even know what I'm doing.
I felt bad all day, really, I did. Gotta get shit done. And this is my fun time, so I get to, you know, I really, all I really need to do is a 20-minute video, and then I can disappear. But I have a lot more to do than a 20-minute video. Cleaned up the outback, cleaned out the washroom. It still ain't good enough, but we're working on the dining room. We were over at the other house, and we thought the previous owner was done with it, but no, she's losing. Yeah, Diane lost her house too. And we cleaned it up, made it pretty, sell it, and this lady didn't have anybody help her out, I guess, and it was just too much. So she said, "Here, have the key, you clean it, but it's still mine until I sell it to you." Didn't catch the second part. So we cleaned it out and come back and have stuff that, not half, but a bunch of stuff that we had littered around on top of counters were gone. And that's okay, it's still her stuff. But it was a little freaky because we thought she was done with it. So we gathered up our stuff and said, okay, we cleaned it out, and we were told not to spend any money on it because it ain't yours yet. And she can still back out. It's a short sale. She ain't making no money on it. She's actually trying to prevent herself from having a bankruptcy on her record. And she can still walk away. So until the papers are signed and the title's in our hand, I just walked away. I said, did what we're supposed to do. We cleaned it out for you. Well, don't want to go back until it's done. It's a sad statement. It happens. Hermit crabs take over snail shells, and when they die, somebody else takes over. It's life. I'm trying to give my house away as soon as I don't need it to somebody young, because it's dirt cheap, but it's huge. I mean, the house we're going to is 1/4 the size of the one we're living in, but we don't use it. Most of it is unused. Yeah, well, you know, Dan says we don't clean. Mainly because you don't want to be here, and I have other things on my agenda. But when it's time, I do clean. Referencing the Crow. Yeah, it's kind of like Jesus. You know, I did type a little comment at the bottom on the Crow. Share pics. You know, last thing Jesus said before he left, before he came back, was, "Daddy, Father, why did you forsake me?" Because nobody ever came back from the dead before he did. He's on there crossing according to his life and his mind. He's like, Daddy said he'll save you. He believed it. He's been through all this shit, and he's hanging up there in the cross, and he's like, Daddy, you said you're going to free me. Why did you forsake me? I'm dying. And he passed out, basically. But then he came back. The only one's ever done it. To see you all know. I don't know of anything in history other than Jesus Christ that ever came back from the dead. You gotta be something special to do that. I might do a lot of things without saying it's nothing, but you might get what I'm talking about. And I'm going to die too. I'm going to cry about it maybe. I'd rather get the easy way out. We actually give our animals an easy way
I
out.
thought you said it was going to be a quick one.
20 minutes. Jesus Christ. I got 7 minutes in and you're having a bitch. God.
Well, it gets sick of hearing you.
Well, eventually I'll have a spare room and I will be able to talk with nobody having to listen to me other than you all, if you wish. Well, I guess that's it. Good night, y'all.